Today is Thursday, Parashat Ekev, the Dvar Torah. Today is dedicated Le'ilun Nishmat Marat Sabati, Zara Bat Simcha Alea Shalom. Parashat this week tells us, amongst many other things, that Moshe Rabbeinu is relating to Am Yisrael about what happened in the desert. He refers also to the manna that fell every day. The 40 days in the desert, they were able to be sustained and to be fed by the manna that fell every day from the sky. But it says in the context here that they're going to be put to test. It says, "Lenasotecha ladat asher bivavecha tishmor mitzvotav im lo." To put you to test if you're going to keep his mitzvot. Also in Parashat Veshalach, in Shemot, when the Torah tells us about the manna falling from the sky to feed Am Yisrael, it says, "Hineni mamtir lachem lechem min hashamayim." I'm gonna rain down for you food from the shamayim, from heaven. Ve'yatza am velaketu devar yom beyomo, and the people will go out and pick up edge every day a portion for every single day. Leman anasenu, so I put him to test. I'll put the Jewish people, I'll put them to test. Hayelech betorati imlo. If they will, whether they'll follow my Torah or not. How could it be a test if every day you're going to receive manna from Shamayim? What's the test there? So Rashi explains there were two mitzvot associated with the manna that were to be observed. One of them was that you were not to collect more than you needed for that day, because if you collected more than you needed for that day, it would rot. It would have worms in it. And the other mitzvah is on Shabbat there would not be manna that would fall. On Friday there would be two portions of manna that would fall, one for Friday and one for Shabbat. Now you have to have faith in Hashem that the same way that He provided today, He'll provide also tomorrow. And if you didn't have faith that He'll provide tomorrow, then you'll try to accumulate more manna today to ensure that you have some for tomorrow. But if you did that, it would rot. And therefore, the test was, do you have faith that the same way that Hashem provides you with sustenance today, He'll provide also for you tomorrow, and the next day, next week, and next month. And it's not just about manna in the desert. It's also about parnasah, about earning a living, about sustaining your expenses. You have to have faith in Hashem because, yes, we do our ishtadlut, we do our effort to do what we need to do, but ultimately it's all from Hashem. And the same way that manna fell in the desert, Hashem provides for everyone. And Shabbat also is the same idea. If you think that you're going to earn more money because you're going to work on Shabbat, the parnasah has no beracha in it. You might earn, but that could go to waste, one way or another. So you have to have also faith on Friday that when it fell, the manna fell, and there was enough for today and tomorrow. You have to have enough faith that not to go out on Shabbat to search for manna, just like you shouldn't go out on Shabbat to open your store or to do business. Because, Shabbat is the source of blessings for the whole week, but not through the actions that you do for business or for work, but because the Shabbat shines its light on the rest of the week and brings bracha to the rest of the week if you observe Shabbat. So this test that they were put to in the desert was a test of faith, but it's a test of faith that goes through every day and age. Do you have the emunah and the faith and the bitachon in Hashem? They have the faith that the same way that He provides today, He'll provide tomorrow. And Shabbat, no work, no opening a store or business. You have to have the faith that Hashem will provide. He can provide in the 6 days that you work enough. That will be because the seventh day, if you work on Shabbat, whatever a person earns on Shabbat, there's no beracha in it. It goes to waste. It's like trying to fill up a bottle. After it's full, you keep pouring water, it'll just go on the outside. So there's nothing that will be gained from Shabbat. Or you earn, but it could go on some other things that are no unexpected expenses type of thing. finally, the parasha of this week tells us also about the mitzvah of saying Birkat Mazon. It says, Ve'achalta, ve'savata, u'berachta. You shall eat. When you eat and you're satiated, you're full, you're satisfied, you should bless Hashem. And that's something not to be taken lightly. The only way that we can get sustenance and we can get food is only Hashem makes it happen, so that the plants grow, so that the fruits are on the trees, so that the nature gives what it gives, which we take for granted, but in itself it's a miracle and something to express our gratitude to Hashem. As we eat, we say bracha before we partake of the food and bracha after we partake of the food. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.